Now, we have a friend that may one day be part of these reviews named The Mole, who actually said something kind of clever. And it was in reference to this right here, since we're about to do the actual thing. Perhaps you've watched the old animated TV series named Gargoyles.
Yes.
And perhaps you remember what happened to gargoyles whenever they were in the daytime.
Yeah.
Turn to stone.
They turn to stone.
Okay, so...
Perhaps we should use a light spell on them?
Oh.
And how did they try to get rid of the gargoyles in the TV series?
They broke them down with hammers. They took a hammer to them when they were in the daytime.
That was one way. They pushed them off the building sometimes, but yeah, I mean, you can't really push these because you don't have a push option, though the push would be more useful than speak, in my opinion.
And you can apparently know they're cold to the touch.
When will you ever use leave? Can you speak to the gargoyles when they're frozen?
I don't know, Senator.
Sorry, can't hear you.
We
Don't
will
speak
try.
stone.
You're wasting your time.
Just like everything else, it doesn't understand me.
So,
No one understands me in this
an
world.
awkward language. Only we can understand. I think it's Four Locos pretty awesome.
I guess we could try to break the...
I personally think this hurricane that everyone
Well,
believes on
Can
this.
you speak to yourself?
Yeah, it says that it's strange.
Well, apparently taking the hammer to them releases their rage. That again. So do not... Whenever you,
I'm very interested to see the Walrus King its own count. Even though...
I think we're well above 10 at this point.
Oh, yes.
Oh my, the one room had 3 alone.
Can you use the stone on them?
Why are we worrying about this? We know how to get past them.
I was going to see if there's more than one way to skin a cat, as there was with skinning a troll.
I'm afraid we'll be here for a very long time if we try to use every single option on every single object in the game.
What you say is true. What's the hint for this room?
The door to the left is impossible to open.
Don't quit now.
Oh, how helpful.
Seem wasting your time. What is this gear? Apparently got to get right on this handle. Cover the wells open.
Oh, I think you should
You look
use
inside
the
the well?
Jump inside.
Why don't you look inside the wall first?
No, don't look. Just leap.
Isn't there a proverb?
This
about
doesn't
that?
sound like a good idea.
I think it goes.
Leap before you look.
Speak to the well. No, put a gold or what do you put a gold coin like or a penny or something like that? You don't have any pennies though.
Cover the wells opened.
I think the proverb kind of goes something like.
Look before you leap.
No, I think it's more like if
30 minutes
leap
repeats
once,
is free.
you won't die. Leap twice, I don't know, something about being fooled or something.
Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me.
Well, that should be interesting.
Oh wait, our former president couldn't figure that one out.
Shut up, Russ.
I am
the only
I am
time
the
Super
opaque
Gamer
senator.
Brothers Let's Play channel gets political.
The cover of the well is opened.
It's
So
not our fault that he botched that pretty bad.
let's toss a
Come on, that is hilarious.
let's toss a coin
Yeah,
down
just
there and see what
coins
The
happens.
current president would have said that and said the same
Well,
thing.
this is tragic.
Yeah, go in there.
I tried to throw a coin down the well, but nothing happened, and I still have the
You
coin
put a
in my
copper
inventory.
coin. That's closest to the penny.
Yeah, the world doesn't accept copper.
Yeah, the world does not accept copper.
We accept only the bread.
There's
Oh, see, I told you to retrieve them coins. You didn't listen to me. Remember, not the meat.
That's a drum over there, and
that is the gold of the leprechaun.
it's the drum of fate, really.
Is that's all anyone would know from the game's description.
Oh, so wait. So I guess you forgot to say before you foolishly took the leprechaun's pot
Yeah,
of gold.
that was the mistake.
Yes, I didn't regain the coins then after that.
Really, I guess that would be the best part of wisdom to impart to somebody that wants to try this game for themselves, is save every time. you do
Save
something.
every time you enter a new room.
Oh no, the Sphinx. Well, I could
What
try
other
to.
sort of wisdom can the Sphinx? Can you speak to him now? Does he understand us now?
No.
Wisdom-
When you speak, the Sphinx will not speak to you until the time is right.
And then he will speak in a language you can understand, but that he cannot.
Yes.
Does that make
In
sense?
fact, the only way he mind links kind of with you, and you have to show him items that will appease him. So really,
So you do that every time you pass these gargoyles?
Yes.
Well, unless you can figure out a way to kill them, I haven't yet.
Well, they
So-
are
You use your spear, sadly.
This is a very expensive, well, because it doesn't take my copper coins and
Take the
doesn't-
gold coin?
it doesn't take my gold coins either.
We'll only find this out.
well, if one thing has been told about this,
It only needs a big coin.
yeah, you can't take it with you, and you're probably gonna die pretty soon anyway. So you might as well spend it now.
Did you break wind, Walrus King?
No.
A huge wind erupts from within it.
Within it's the well, not you.
I didn't read that.
It runs out of
Four Loko is rendering my senses a little more.
I think it's best that the center
A little
did
more
not have
opaque.
time to read it.
It's also making it very loud.
So
Yeah.
now we can jump.
Forgive me.
Now we can jump down the well, because if you did that beforehand, you would surely die. And going against all the instinct that this game is ingrained in you, you should do the obvious in this room.
Look at the water.
We'll
The
just-
skull on the gong. Oh man. This is a very ominous
A
part of the
specter
game.
materializes. A ghostly fairy that doesn't look friendly.
oh.
This is the part that I don't understand.
I'm greedy,
Like,
so I don't really want to give him my gold coins. We'll see if will accept copper. We'll take the copper coin as a fare. Well,
suddenly disappears.
all right. So
Why somebody accept copper?
he could have told me.
Penny's too weak.
Well, I guess it's a good
We
thing.
require gold.
It's a
Here,
good
maybe
thing-
we'll take my skull of my victims. No. All right. Well, at least that didn't insult him enough to make him leave.
Just sweep up this area. Use the broom. Maybe.
I guess it's a good thing too that you don't have a faith where you believe in a ferryman taking you off to the other side where you like be judged by Hades or whatever.
What's
Is
the
that
name
the
of this
Greeks?
river again? River
I believe it was
Styx.
the Greeks.
This is the Greeks? I believe it was the Greeks.
Yeah.
Alright,
You
so-
see commenters, feel free
I guess we'll go on.
comments. I know it was the 2 token coins in the eyes when you died. Unfortunately,
Alright, so-
our fair king does not have
Alright,
those.
so by giving the ghoul, the ferryman, you could say, the gold coin, we're able to get to this area.
All right. So stone.
Still,
So over the
For some reason, you get the
little
feeling you're
holes,
standing on sacred ground.
You can see there's a sword, a crown kind of thing, and a gem. That's definitely
See,
not
there's a sword.
an emerald you might collect in Sonic.
No, not definitely. It's very well. There's a gray emerald
I
Sonic.
could go super sound.
Well, and over there on the left-hand wall, you see a stormtrooper's helmet.
See, this point, I would just want to use the sword on myself, I think. Or the
No.
poker. The poker would be even more.
You were very depressing.
Clearly, the only way out is suicide.
I agree. I have no idea what to do
If I
here.
can't take
I have so
life
many
anymore.
objects. I don't even want to know.
You
Put the
thrust,
sword in your.
wait, you thrust sword into your chest.
Blood begins to flow. Suicide won't help you in your quest.
Perhaps it's glad the sword has a
The
name.
Warlock Lord will surely triumph now. Oh, game. But you did that earlier. It didn't do anything.
I think he
no.
tried to hit himself or something.
Yeah, hit.
All right. Well, I'll go back across the river. Oh, I missed the boat.
As soon as you jump in, you find you're trying to take the wrong turn of this river.
Your cries are over.
As your lungs full of water. Wow.
I love that. Like you're slightly off of missing the raft, you die.
Here it'll be death.
Death.
It is. People talk about like one white mage, Final Fantasy 1 challenges and all other kind of challenges. Let's try a no death Shadowgate run on your first try.
Now that would be impressive. What happens if you hit the gong again after he's already out
I'm
there?
pretty sure if you ever pull that off, you should be angry
Oh,
because
yeah,
your luck
yeah.
should have gave you the lottery victory. Alright, so you get to this final room, and well, second to last room in the game. You think, well,
Oh, yeah, we're into the end of the game.
how can I get through
Welcome
all
to the end
this?
of the game,
well,
folks.
let's look at this scroll 1, this obscure poem that you got earlier in the game.
Can you look at your shield?
5 to find.
Fine to find, 3 out of 1. 1 gives access to Bladed Sun.
1 gives access to Bladed Sun.
The silver ore, the badge below, the staff of ages, the vanquish the foe. Further. Joining 2 with the golden blade. The last one invoked the blade. That doesn't rhyme.
Now,
Platinum horn?
So,
this is probably my. I'm gonna honestly say this is probably my least favorite part of the game because they don't tell you anything
No.
about this.
well, you know,
That's all you get.
you know that your objective is to find 5 items. Do I have them all, though, is the question.
Light your torch.
And which items? I don't think I need to do that right now.
The flame looks small, and I couldn't tell what the music was.
No, the music is just the regular music. playing for
Music
the
was
map.
fine.
Yeah.
You don't have, even though the torch does look kind of small, just go by the music.
So, I believe
I
we
can't
do
wait
have
to-
all the items.
I believe we do as well.
Now, for the users at home, what are those 5 items?
The
It's-
users,
Well-
Patron.
I know Tron was a person.
Well,
That's what the name of
Now-
the game.
if you
now
remember,
he
if
is.
you remember the talisman that you picked up off from the wyvern,
Shove it into something, I assume.
yeah, put this in one of these holes, I guess.
I guess the gem.
It seems to fit most likely with the sword.
Even though all these are exactly the same.
Jam that into the sword one, see what happens. Oh.
The artifact known as the Bladed Sun is now secured and in place.
Can
Okay,
you
so
look
we
at
made-
that was
did
the
it
right
actually
one,
say
sorry.
it was bladed or something?
No, it just kind of looks like the Bladed Sun, I guess.
I'm sorry, I didn't realize that was the right one. I thought that was the wrong
I
one.
was gonna say, I thought you were just gonna shove something randomly in there. You think the talisman would go under the thing that looks like a gem, the Chaos Emerald?
You would think that, but I'm sure something terrible would happen to you. Let's take this orb and jam it in somewhere. Alright. If you remember the next part of the riddle, they're 3 in 1.
Ah, charades.
3 in 1, so you need to find some way to combine the staff, the orb,
Apologize for when you wake up.
and the blade.
Forgive me. I'm not even back yet.
Let's use staff. On the blade? Nothing happened.
No.
Let's
of course not.
what happens if you use blade on...
Stop thinking with logic.
So, Walrus
Use the
King.
broom.
What happens if you use blade on staff?
So, Walrus King, would you care to explain exactly what's going on right now? Like, what is this part of the game?
Well, this is actually the final puzzle of the game, and the Scroll 1, which I read earlier, gives you all the clues, however, it does it in the most obscure of ways.
I have a much more.
You could actually get to this.
question,
You could actually get to this point of the game and not beat it because you didn't have the patience to try to combine every item in every possible order.
Well,
I have a much more important question though. Why does that look like the castle of Grayskull?
I have no idea. The question goes nowhere.
So,
I'm
apparently,
actually surprised you didn't ask that later.
for example, you have to combine the orb, the staff, and the blade in an order.
Yeah, let's get this over with because I don't think you're just going to stare at this static image for so long.
Oh, but it's so beautiful.
Use the cup. You haven't used the cup yet. Just in case you get kicked in the groin. You might
Let's
need
try to add the orb to the now bladed staff. Ooh.
light cascades to the room.
And yeah, so let's for clarification. You have to combine the orb with the staff and not the staff with the orb. It's very picky like that.
Yes, if you ever do that and you never think to do it the other way around, you will not beat this game. And if you remember the last part of the riddle, the last to invoke the platinum horn.
so
Oh wow, the horn finally does something.
the draw of the skull.
What kind of illusion was it creating?
I don't know.
That's not
The
important.
illusion of a closed door.
So wait, you didn't put the
Wait,
rest of this-
I had to read this. The cavern that you have entered is by far the largest your eyes have ever gazed upon. Lightning strikes 4 times. 3 times.
5
Dragon?
10 times.
Oh, this thing is drooling.
From the depths rises the most powerful creature that has ever existed. The Behemoth. Or Behemoth.
Quite hungry.
Your stomach knots up as you stare. This new horror.
I mean, not only is it a behemoth, pink.
Oh,
My God.
Okay,
What's more deadly than hot pink?
So
blow the horn at it.
there are many things you can try to do here, but
Can you
we're not
speak
going
to
to
the
try to
sorcerer
do them all.
first?
Yeah, we're not gonna.
That's
waste
for them to figure out because we'll be here all night.
No more.
So-
time.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough.
I cannot use the save point. I cannot use on self. Use myself. You can notice how you cannot save in this room. Apparently, keep that in mind.
That kind of
Let's use the staff on the wizard. Oh,
he casts.
The Warlock Lord is your presence and knows that you are received. It must be destroyed.
Flame shoots forth from the staff and engulfs her body.
oh. So I have collected every item. I've solved every riddle. That I didn't use. I used the staff on the wizard, so I die.
You know, that was your mission.
So
Your
the
objective.
objective, yeah, your objective to kill the wizard really.
If the wizard kills you. We're playing in Soviet Russia.
Back in Soviet Russia, wizard kills you.
Warlock.
Use the gold
Oh,
coin.
terrible! You can't even skip.
Nah,
the
gotta watch this again.
Yeah.
Again.
I guess you don't
It is
need.
wonderful animation, you have to admit.
It's not bad though for the time. I mean, I'll give it credit. It's got
That's
pretty
true.
good animation.
Well, I guess the only other option is
That's
to
true.
use the staff on the behemoth.
By good
Pray.
animation, we meet a static image moving
Raise the
slightly
staff
up.
of ages. It has the power, the prophets claimed. The staff pulsates with power, and a beam of light explodes from it, striking the behemoth.
Oh, well, thankfully the wizard didn't see me this time.
Well, that Behemoth isn't very happy about that.
Oh,
So he eats the wizard?
well, that's not necessarily.
In an ironic twist of fate, the wizard is killed by his own beast.
The wizard's clipping through the
He screams in
torch.
agony, thrashing back and forth in great pain. His rage, he grabs the Warlock Lord and descends into the depths forever. You can hear the Warlock Lord's screams fade into the silence. Suddenly, it is very quiet.
But no splash.
A beautiful light seems to fill the cavern. The morning sun, you say to yourself. It is over.
The morning sun.
Has vanquished the horrible night.
So by the way, we did not,
Thank you.
we did not once leave
was.
an item anywhere. I don't think we actually spoke to anything that spoke back to us, right?
Well, the Sphinx just ignores you until you try to move by
The
him.
wizard. You didn't try speaking to the wizard. That was
Right there at the end?
Yeah.
No, you cannot.
Hey, buddy. Hi. This is the part where I kill you.
Truly, though, it was a terrible night to have a curse.
Why are Nutcracker statues in here with the king?
Triumphantly greeted. Stormhaven.
You can read this.
You're triumphantly greeted as you enter the gates of the royal city of Stormhaven.
And thus, WoW has its name for one of its alliance cities.
Moments later, you're ushered into the royal palace where you are greeted by the king.
I thought you were the king.
Well, you were the king of another kingdom.
Wait a minute.
Well,
Well,
you
when
were
he
really
was-
helping this king, though, to help his... I don't know. It's a convoluted story with many kings, and you've encountered several that you've killed. I know what thou hast done, brave one. And mind you, it speaks in broken English sometimes, and the Old English sometimes, and the regular English sometimes. This sentence is fine. I guess it's Old English. You are bestowed a kingdom to rule, and the king's fair daughter to...
Is that my own
Daughter's
daughter?
hand.
Is that my own daughter?
As you leave the throne, you know, although this quest is over, others await. So,
Wait a minute. So the king was replaced by a
all-
different king who had a daughter. Kind of.
Shh. Let the narrator read.
After all, the bards will need new legends to sing and new tales to tell. ... The first
Oopsies.
stories end. So, setting up for a sequel.
Which
Yes.
never happens.
It's called Watergate.
I,
Nixon.
I really wish there was a Shadowgate 2, but unfortunately, as far as I can tell, there was never a Shadowgate
Ladies
2.
and gentlemen, yes, that's the ending of Shadowgate. I hope you enjoyed this disastrous LP.
So wait, what did you guys think? Let's
Well-
hear the opinions.
Well, I think
of our
I really
fan.
like text-based
Look,
adventures.
the only redeeming factor I have about this game is all the deaths you can suffer and how detailed they are. For an NES game, you think, how the hell did they get away with that?
It is a terrible game to trudge through on your own, but it's great if you become the tour guide and can show your friends all of the terrible things that can happen to you in the Castle Shadowgate.
In my opinion, I mean, I would say that it's got a lot of humor, but I wouldn't say it's really a great game. It's innovative for the time, but there are many other better text-based adventures you can play. A Peasant's Quest, Peasant's Quest 2.
I mean, even
Peasant's Quest 3.
Even the original Dragon Warrior, which led into the Fire Emblem series, that's basically a text-based quest, well, I mean, it is a text-based quest, but I mean that's more entertaining than I believe this is. So, but yeah, this is actually. But there are a lot of funny parts of the deaths and whatnot, but it would get a little old to die to everything, I think.
Okay. Well, I think we should just end it here before more spews out of the mouth of the opaque senator. With all that said, I'm Johnny. This is the Walrus King, the
Opaque senator.
opaque senator.
That's the obtuse senator
the
right
obtuse
now.
senator now. And the Commander Yako. Hope you guys have a great night. Thank you for watching. I hope you did. And take care.